Good evening. I'm Stacey Amos for News Channel 8. It's Monday, February 6th, and these are the top stories we have for you tonight. A man is killed on St. Thomas this morning. Hovenza raises the rack rate, and we celebrate a legend's birthday today. These stories and more are up next on News Channel 8. In our top story tonight, a 33-year-old was found dead in his car early this morning in the hospital ground area on St. Thomas near the basketball courts. Here's BIPD spokesperson Melody Rames with more.
Criminal Investigation Bureau detectives are investigating a shooting death that was discovered at about 6:45 a.m. on Monday, February 6th, when police were dispatched to hospital ground near the basketball court. The male victim was observed inside a vehicle. Medical personnel said the victim had no vital signs. Criminal Investigation Bureau and forensic technicians inspected the scene and recovered at least 2 spent shell casings in the immediate area. The victim was wearing a black hat, a white shirt, and dark jeans. Police said the victim is a 33-year-old male, but have not released his name, pending notification of next of kin. This case remains under active investigation, and anyone having any information regarding this shooting death is asked to contact detectives at 715-5534, 715-5545.
Thanks, Melody. And this homicide makes it a total of 2 in St. Thomas and 4 in St. Croix for the year. In other news, Hovenza has raised their rack rate once again. News Channel 8's Wes Small files this report.
Thanks a lot, Stacey. We're here in Orange Grove area, Golden Rock, if you will. And as you can see behind me at Budget Gas, $3.69 a gallon. That's not too bad, but as you can see, we're slowly but surely creeping our way up to $4 a gallon. It's almost inevitable. Well, the rack rate for regular gas will increase for the 6th consecutive week to $3.13 a gallon. Now, folks, that is a 9-cent increase from the previous price of $3.04 a gallon. With that, let's go to Department of Licensing and Consumer Affairs Commissioner Wayne Biggs so we can figure out how we could get more bang for our buck as we approach the pumps.
There's a couple of things we can do to save money at the pump. The first one is shop around. Each week, the department does a survey, and we encourage consumers to use the survey and find the gasoline that's cheapest in their area. And I say in their area because if something is a penny cheaper, it doesn't make sense to drive 20 miles to get that 1 penny. So you need to look around your area, find the gas station in your area that's cheapest. Some other things you can do is we recommend that you pump gas when it's cool. When it's cool, the gasoline is more dense, so you get actually more mileage out of the gasoline that you pump into your tank. Next thing, make sure your tires are inflated to the proper level that they are, and your car will run better, so you'll get a little more mileage. A couple other things we can recommend. They say if you pump the gasoline slow instead of fast. We're always in a hurry, so we try to get in and out of the gas station, but it doesn't vaporize, so as much vapors don't escape out of your tank if you pump it slow versus pumping it fast. So those are a few of the things that we like to say, but the biggest one is really shopping around and making sure you get the most bang for your buck.
You know, I have to smile because I've seen people lean on their car and tip it and rock it like that so the gas could levelize.
Yeah, when they're rocking the gas, I mean, and a lot of the new cars don't suggest that now for safety reasons. But what they're trying to do is get the air out the tank and get as much gas as possible in the tank. So it's not really giving you more mileage as far as gasoline goes, just giving you more gas in your tank because all the air is coming out. But yeah, we all see that, and we all do that also. Yeah, we all do that also.
All right. Well, that's that. I would like to get into a business tip, if you will. But before I leave the petrol issue, the gas issue, is there any other things that people should be knowing about? Maybe carpooling, AC, anything?
Yeah. You know, if you can, one of the things we really need to do around is plan our trips. You know, we tend to go to Kmart and we come home, and then we go to Costellets and we come home, and then we go to Pueblo and we come home. Yes. If we plan our trips in succession, you know, we'll make one clean swoop. I know sometimes it's difficult, but that will actually save you a lot of gas. You're not burning the mileage back and forth, back and forth. Of course, carpooling, you can save quite a bit of money. If you're on the public transportation lane, if you take public transportation, that will help someone also.
All right. Commissioner, before we wrap up, I'm going to take a sidestep from gas into businesses. Are we going to see people starting to work out of their homes, and is there some workshops, or how can we help this, you with Department of Labor, I guess?
Yeah, I guess the SBDC and EDA will probably be conducting some workshops in regard to that, because there are small business development agencies. But yes, we do expect that some people are going to have to consolidate. We're talking about 2,000 people being laid off at Hovenza. Of course, it's going to have an impact in the economy. The type of impact, we don't know, but that's going to be people spending less money. So, even business people need to pinch their pennies, try to stretch it as far as they go. I mean, we're going through some tough times now, but everybody needs to relax, and we'll make it through.
So, Commissioner, you have any last thoughts tonight on, just as we want to get the territory back together, and so we all on one page?
Yeah, I think, like I said, we just all need to work together, like you indicated, Wes. We're going to get through this here. There's no question about it. There's a lot of other Caribbean islands that don't have a refinery, so they survive, we'll survive. It's going to be tough, no question about it, that we're going to have some tough times ahead, but I think we'll persevere and get through it together.
I know we can, man, because we'll all be one. Beautiful Virgin Islanders that we are. And Linville Joseph is wearing a Super Bowl ring. What sports has anything to do with pumping gas? I don't know, but I love the Giants. I'm from Jersey, and I love St. Croix. And Linville Joseph, he is from St. Croix, and he's got a Super Bowl ring.
First Virgin Islander with a Super Bowl ring.
Yes, did you see the game?
I looked at the game, yes.
Go Giants. My cameraman say he's a Giants fan. In the commissioner's office at Golden Rock, I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
Thanks, Wes and Commissioner Biggs, for that great advice on saving gas. And in other news, over the weekend, there was a youth and anti-alcohol symposium. Let's take a look.
Away, away, away with the bottle, no alcohol, we will buy or sell. Away, away, away with the bottle, we hate it now and ever shall. Away, away, away with the bottle. My son wanted to be an engineer. My son was such a good boy.
Hear that? That's a mother crying. Graveyard full because the kids are dying. They're so drunk that they think they're flying. That's right, I'm talking about drunk driving. Mother's crying all around. Her kid, 6 feet underground.
What's the use to drink if it's only making your life sink? Alcohol is bad for you, and that's no lie, it's true. What's the use to drink alcohol if it makes you depressed? What's the use to drink alcohol when you're stressed? It doesn't make you any better than the rest.
You know wrong from right, so stop the bleeding. So listen to the teachings of what we have to say, 'cause it might save your life one day. 'Cause it might save your life one day.
This program was funded by the Law Enforcement Planning Commission grant. And I'm here to share with you what our mission and vision for this program is at the Central Seventh-day Adventist Church. First of all, we are here to encourage healthy lifestyle among young people. To do so, we are going to organize rallies, camps, educational debates, youth forums, radio and TV ads, community impact project, and share the facts and minister with the intended audience with the aim to encourage young people to stay away from the consumption of alcohol. Our message to the youth is, even though alcohol is a legal drug, the dangers associated with its use have far-reaching negative effects on personal lives, families, communities, and the government fiscal management. To impress upon the youths the importance of abstaining from alcohol drinking. This February 18th, there will be a concert in Sunny Isle where we will also be sharing the message.
It is well known that alcohol use is associated with accidents of all kinds, road fatalities, domestic violence, murder, rape, and other criminal activities. We are aware of the fact of January 23rd, when there was a tragic accident on the Sister Island. 2 teenagers lost their life, all related to the driver under the influence of alcohol. Alcohol is involved in 30% of highway fatalities. Approximately 40% of those who started drinking before age 14 will become alcohol dependent. But for education in prevention, and join with the Too Smart to Start youth group of the Central and Hope Congregation of the Adventist Movement, in full support to encourage one more youth in this territory, that it's always better to drink a glass of water than to lure to the influence of alcohol.
When we come back, we'll share the highlights from the recent Women's Heart Awareness Day. We'll be right back. Women's Heart Awareness Day was recently celebrated right here at the Juan Louis Hospital. Let's take a look.
As part of the Heart Healthy Month, thank you. Heart Healthy Month, February 3rd, 2012, has been declared Go Red for Women Day by the American Heart Association, a day to wear red in observance of the #1 killer of women, heart disease. And whereas more than 64 million Americans suffer from one or more forms of cardiovascular disease, including high blood pressure, coronary heart disease, congestive heart failure, stroke, and congenital heart defects that can lead to heart disease. And whereas many heart attack victims do not recognize the signs of heart disease until it is too late, only 1 in 5 is able to reach a hospital quickly enough to benefit fully from treatment. And whereas by taking steps to a healthier lifestyle, by eating right, being physically active, and taking advantage of annual screenings and avoiding drugs, tobacco, and excessive use of alcohol, individuals can dramatically reduce the onset and burden of heart disease. And I just really want to encourage you that I think this is a great way to be a mentor and to show our young people that we really have to be physically active. And one of the things that I want to just press as somebody who's very involved with youth is to make sure that our youth at least have 60 minutes of physical activity a day. And if each one of you can do that for one child, I think that we're one step ahead.
Heart disease is still the #1 cause of death with women. So we got to be aware. We've got to be aware. And the other part that we know is that the presentation of heart disease in women is sometimes a little different than men. So sometimes they don't have the classic symptoms. So what I want to make sure everybody has before they leave here tonight, there's some basic stuff you need to know. Regardless of your age, but especially if you're above the age of 25 to 30, you gotta know your blood pressure. At least once a year, get somebody somewhere, come here, just know that baseline blood pressure, because no matter how much you hear it, it's not true. You can't tell when your pressure's up. We hear that every day. You gotta check your pressure, so you gotta know that number. The second number you gotta know, by the age of 35 at least, you gotta know your cholesterol numbers. And then number 3 is you gotta know that your blood sugar is normal, because those 3 things, pressure, sugar, and cholesterol, usually, unless they're severe, you can't feel it, but those are the things that lead to heart disease. So we're trying to prevent even more than we can fix in this building over here.
Yo tengo un cuento que te va a gustar. Mi cuento es bien dulce, mi cuento no es amargo. Mi cuento no es chiquito, mi cuento es bien largo. Esto es para las mujeres que antes de acostarse les gusta que le hagan un cuento. Pero no uno chiquito, un cuento largo, largo. Déjase una vez. Si no tienes sueño, échate.
And we'd like to thank Earl Morris for providing us with that footage. We'll be back with more news and a Legend's birthday celebration. We'll be right back. And here's your weather for the week. Tonight, 30% chance of scattered showers, low of 72 degrees. Tomorrow, 30% chance of scattered showers, high of 78 degrees. Tomorrow night, 20% chance of isolated showers, low of 74 degrees. And Wednesday, only a 20% chance of isolated showers, high of 78 degrees.
This weather forecast brought to you by the Home Depot. more saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot.
And when we come back, it's a legend's birthday. We'll be right back. And that's almost all the news we have for you tonight, because today we actually celebrate a legend's birthday, Robert Nesta Marley. I'm Stacey Amos. ABC World News Tonight is up next. Thank you for watching. We leave you with Redemption Song.
WSVI TV Channel 8 celebrate today, February 6th, the birthday or Earth Day for Robert Nesta Bob Marley. He was born February 6, 1945 and passed May 11, 1981. He would have been 67 years old today. He was a Jamaican singer, songwriter, and musician. He was the rhythm guitarist and lead singer for the ska, rocksteady, and reggae band Bob Marley and the Wailers from 1963 to 1991. Marley remains the most widely known and revered performer of reggae music and is credited with helping spread both Jamaican music and the Rastafari movement to the worldwide audience. Marley's music was heavily influenced by social issues of his homeland, and he's considered to have given a voice to specific political and cultural nexus Jamaica. Bob Marley was born in the village of 9 Mile in St. Anne Parish, Jamaica, as Nesta Robert Marley. A Jamaican passport officially would swap his name, first middle names. His father, Norval St. Clair Marley, was a white Jamaican of mixed English descent whose family came from Essex, England. Norval was a captain in the Royal Marines as well as a plantation overseer when he was married to Sadella Booker, an Afro-Jamaican then 18 years old. Norval provided financial support for his wife and child, but seldom saw them as he was often away on trips. In 1955, when Marley was 10 years old, his father died of a heart attack at age 70. Marley faced questions about his own racial identity throughout his life, he once reflected. Although Marley recognized his mixed ancestry throughout his life following the ideas of Pan-Africanism leaders, Marley stated that his two biggest influences were the African-centered Marcus Garvey and Haile Selassie. A central theme in Bob Marley's message was the reparation of black people to Zion, which in his views was Ethiopia or generally Africa, or central theme in Bob Marley's message in songs such as Black Survivor, Babylon System, Black Man Redemption, and so much more. Marley became friends with Neville Bunny Livingston, later known as Bunny Wailer, with who he started to play music. He left the school at age 14 to make music with Joe Higgs and a local singer and devout Rastafari at a Jamaican session. We celebrate the life and legacy of Bob Marley February 6th, as he was born in 1945. Today, Robert Nesta Marley would have been 67 years old.
Minutes after they took I from the bottom lifted, but my hand was made strong by the hand of the Almighty. We forward in this generation, triumphantly. Won't you hit the sin? Another song of freedom is all I ever have. Redemption songs, redemption songs. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our mind. Have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them can stop the time. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Some say it's just a part of it. We've got to fulfill the book. Won't you help to sing another song of freedom?